And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Darkest Dungeon. We're going to try to trigger a boss, hopefully soon in the Cove and or the Warrens. We're going into the Warrens here for this medium. Try to pick up this uncommon healing charm. Taking this team in. So, into the Warrens. I'm going to want a bunch of food. This is a medium, so I think I'll just take all the food. Take like 10 torches. Couple herbs. Couple holy waters. Couple bandages. Might not need the bandages because we're on level 1, but being prepared for the challenges we hopefully don't face. Let's roll out with that.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
This is a 90% explore, so we are going to have to backtrack.
Impressive. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Should be a fairly easy cleanup from here. Yeah, let's just lunge you.
Annihilated.
Enemy destroyed. Take the loot.
Be wary.
Party back in
Triumphant
order.
pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Strangely fastened to the remains. Becomes bloodthirsty. Stun the wench. Bench. Yeah, go for the dash. The blast blinding daggers. These guys are blight resistant, but I think we're fine. Go for the knife swing to bring this guy down. Oh, he dodges. Just finish him off. Oh, no, we're not finishing him off. He dodges. His high speed will probably mean he gets one more swing at us.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Go. Stun chance for cost of speed. We'll actually equip that. We do try to stun quite a bit on this guy. The other guys have all got their max trinkets. Don't mind it being a little bit slower. I haven't memorized these, as you can probably tell. Okay, so bandages is the
A
safe
handsome
for that.
reward for a task well performed.
I know from before, this is the bandage one, so we toss bandages at it. So we're going to get a bunch of food.
Watch your step.
I know better than to read things in this dungeon. Okay, we got a blockade in the way, that's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Got a shovel.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Let's go right.
The light.
We don't
the
need to
promise
fight
of
that
safety.
boss, at least not yet. If we see an opportunity to fight that, like after we fought the other level 1 bosses, with level 1s, we'll do it, but I don't need to fight a Shambler. Shamblers are pretty easy to summon if you're trying to summon them.
Another abomination, cleansed from our lands.
Oof. Guessing that's an HP debuff.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Not planning on backtracking here, so we'll loot this. Or try to, at least. Empty is empty. Okay, we got surprised.
Powerful blow.
Nice. Okay, so we stun the entire enemy team, so now they start to recover from it, but lose their effectively collective back-to-back 4 turns. Okay, we have the roll-offer who has initiative, and that appears to be me. Oh, Drums of Doom. Although successful dodge, that's great.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Okay. Get rid of the drummer.
Obliterated. A decisive pummeling.
The game says decisive pummeling.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I don't know what the right option there is. Inspect the stone, which may be the wrong or the right choice. Orange Grandeur. Okay, so mixed bag, I think, on that one.
Masterfully executed.
Okay, convenient stun there. Oof. Vomit going. Well, the vomit misses. Do I want to stun you? No, I'd rather actually just try to get you killed.
Destroyed.
Crits do that nicely, yes. Lunge.
Decimated.
Okay, the brawler is on his next move dead. So we can focus on what's left.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Devastating blow. Seize this momentum.
Use the bandage
Push
here
on to
on
the
around the back.
task's end.
Bone altar. We'll try to use the holy water on this one. No. Strange power can be felt in its presence. Holy water doesn't work on it. I'm gonna pass it up though. We're gonna be coming back here anyway. We're gonna have to explore 90% of the rooms. Let's go interact with this one. And then we'll do our backtracking. Carrion Eaters are pretty low HP. So probably just try to down a bunch of them.
Eradicated.
There we go.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Here we go.
A trifling
Money,
victory,
crests.
but a
Dodge
victory
stone's not a bad thing to
nonetheless.
pick up. Then we use the key on the chest. I'm going to risk getting into more fights, just to as much done before the backtracking as possible. Gonna try to pass up on the books, hopefully. Perhaps spawned. All the way we've been through already.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Okay, I'm gonna do Unspeakable Horrors, which is unspeakable and horrible, but will prevent us from being ambushed. Let's pilfer something. Score a little bit of extra food. Take the scouting bonus. I think we're good. We've got a couple more action points left, but the choice set that we've got, that's not super important. They also give us full torch. We've got 2 more torches for what's left of the dungeon.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
$15 stress, and more importantly, taking some of my very limited torchlight away. Okay, so now it's just damage dealers left on the enemy team. When we're close enough to the end of the dungeon, I'm not really that worried about taking damage.
Grievous Senseless injury. Palpable fear.
So he is technically dead. He's just gonna have a couple of opportunities to actually do damage to us before he does promptly die.
A singular strike.
Okay. Go for the heal. Okay. Enemy team is at this point functionally dead, even if they're not actually dead.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
We got the speed buff to get the cure off, and the enemy dies promptly on time. We're going to continue because we're at least going to loot this chest in front of us. I'm going to gamble on going for at least the curio, if not the fight.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
We'll see what the scouting report is on the next room. Okay. So not this turn, but the next turn, the guy in the back is dead. So that's his last real attack.
A victory.
Okay, I could have really arranged that differently to get a heal off, but we didn't really need it.
Foolish
For the torch.
powers. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Did we get a scout off in this rune, telling us there's potentially interesting stuff in the future dungeon? No. I'm just not going to gamble on what's left. We're going to complete this quest here.
The swine folk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
Flagellant. We'll only go get flagellated. Increased craving for alcohol. Bonus damage in the Cove. Okay.
Perhaps things are not as bad as they seem.
Perhaps things are not as bad as they seem, huh? One good week. Okay. So, to get the boss to spawn, I either need to do a quest in the Warrens, the quest in the Cove. I think this team probably appreciates fighting the Cove a little bit more than the Warrens. Antiquarian healing received. Move, resist, protect at the cost of speed. I think we're gonna go for this one. Max HP, because the bad humors is minus 20% HP, yeah. That hurts. 90% of rooms, or 100% of room battles. I think we're doing 100% of room battles. And we're back in the Cove again on a medium mission. I'm gonna go ahead and take all the food. 12 torches. Key, we start with a shovel. Bunch of herbs. I'm not gonna go too hard on the herbs, although we will take a few more shovels. Let's go for a full 2 stacks of torches. And a couple bandages. Yeah, let's go with that.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Early scout result showing us where the secret door is. We're also on the quest for room battles, so there's an argument for going straight down. Oh, hello, Twitch chat rating us. Hope you enjoy the Let's Play. Working our way through here, trying to get to... Well, at this point we're trying to trigger one of the bosses to spawn in the coves. You have to go for all the room battles here.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
You just finished a run of Darkest Dungeon right now and saw that you were playing too. Decided it was their opportunity to raid you. Well, I hope you enjoy watching, and I hope your run went well. Lots of money there. Secret rooms are very good for the money. I'm up to 77 torch. Here's the first fight of this dive in the cove. Oh, that sounds good. If you're winning the game on darkest difficulty. This is what this run's on. We'll see if I can do that. It won't be tonight. It'll be quite a way to go. Right now we're trying to get the first round of bosses completed. Got about half of the tier 1 or level 1 bosses done. Let's get another stun off here on you. There we go. Yeah, we're still pretty early game here. We've got four bosses defeated. Like the 4 first bosses defeated. We've got the 2 in the Cove and the 2 in the Warrens to go.
Slowly, gently. This is how
White do a
life is
few
taken.
kills here.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Have I won the game before? No, I have not. I've seen... Well, I've been watching a lot of content recently, which was part of what pulled me into starting a run-up. So there isn't really any spoilers that you can give me on how the game ends. I have a rough idea of how the game ends. But I have not done it personally, which is kind of what we're trying to do here on stream. Is get to the point where I have actually finished a run.
Destroy them all.
Yeah, hit the trap. How much damage are we taking from that trap? 6. Yeah, we'll heal that up. Okay, our quest here specifically calls for all the room battles, so avoiding backtracking, I can work that way and up to hit that battle. We'll do that. And a map. The map probably would have told us stuff we already knew. Scouting's going pretty well here. Or you just wanted to make sure you didn't spoil anything. Yeah, I know how the game ends. I haven't won it myself yet, but the game is old enough here that you do not need to worry about spoiling anything for me. There should be a room battle. God, survives with 1 hit point.
Press this
Oh, I
advantage.
still get to bring it down,
Give
so...
them no quarter.
Okay, so you're done before you can heal yourself. Dead before you can heal yourself. Oh. Good thing we dodged. Stall here and try to heal up a little bit while we wait for that guy to die.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
What do I want to trade for that? That's probably... Oh, if 2 citrines only worth 250, then yeah, we'll trade it for the citrines. Yeah, the dodge was very well timed. Would have been a bit painful had we had to take that to the face. It's only level 1, so it wouldn't have probably been that bad, but when this game's equivalent to the Volt Orb exploding is never great.
A fortune, waiting to be spent. Impressive.
Stun the enemy party. Okay, a little bit of stress like that's not too bad.
Eradicated. Damage, accuracy, crit. Well, none of those means he can survive a hit. Surges as the enemy crumbles.
that guy in the front's dead, regardless of what he wants to do.
A time to perform beyond one's limits. A singular strike.
Okay, enemy team's dead. No, miscalculated. He's gonna take another turn to die. That's probably fine.
A death by inches.
Oh, min rolled.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Nice. Gotta throw something out to pick that up, though. We'll throw out the emerald. And cultists are always a gamble with healers, yeah. Yeah, it's not wrong. So I don't need to go there, because we're, quest is do the room battle, so that may be the last room battle, or maybe two in there. Let's do a bit of backtracking instead. Let's go this way. I believe the Grave Robber at the current XP level can 100% the traps. Do we want food? I don't have the space for the food. I'll pass on that. We'll camp here.
Circle in the
Yeah.
dark.
I do like running them
battle
with
may be won.
cultists, or the cultists with the Plague Doctor, just because that's a way I can clear the bleed if it gets applied to someone. Okay, I think that's gonna be good for that night rest.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
The fingertip reaching out to the tentacle, yeah. Not quite enough to bring the acolyte down. Only had to do one more damage. Yeah, I think we'll go for a little more hit points before we try to heal.
Decimated. The ground quakes.
Buff is not protection. Let's go for a stun then. Okay, so if he survives for... In fact, we can just leave him alive. He's gonna die as soon as he gets it back around to his turn, so he's harmless at this point. Focus instead on healing. Ooh, critical heal on the Plague Doctor.
A momentary abatement. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Yeah, it's not the interaction there. Medicinal herbs? No. I'll just interact with it. Okay. And we can tell there's at least one more room battle somewhere in here, which implies that it's in that last room at the end there.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. Begone, fiend! A devastating blow.
Nice. Effective.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall. packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. The light, the promise of safety.
Yeah, the quirks that make them open quarters before you can react to them are very annoying. Which is one reason I probably should not have, one of the earlier streams of this, I did a bit too much of reading of books, let's say. Which is a very quick way to get quirks, both good and bad. Mostly bad.
Obliterated.
Guy back there is dead as soon as he takes his turn. Just need to focus on bringing the first guy down. Mostly in trying to make sure he doesn't cause a bunch of stress before he goes down. Oh! Well, that's GG for the enemy team.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
This is the last room battle. So I should throw stuff out. Take the loot.
The pungent odor abates. The things are driven back.
Yeah, it's always nice when you've got the enemy team just where you want them, where it's just like, yeah, they're all on a timer, they're all going to die before they can do any damage. Take the time to heal yourself. It's always nice when you can get those moments of reprieve. Warrens Explorer. Scanning chance on the Warrens will be nice. Obsessed with material things. Eldritch Hater. Weapon Tinkerer. Scattering. So reduce weapon damage. Is a little bit annoying on a range, on a person that does mostly range damage.
Curiosity, interest, and obsession. Mile markers on my road to damnation.
Mile markers. So we now have a boss to go after, the Siren. First, our team has leveled up. Let's equip them appropriate to their new skill. There we go. We're going to be a little bit low on equipment, but we're going after boss. Going after the Siren. Tough ring, plus protection, plus max health. Reduce damage, increase stress. Good for tanking, bad for attacking. So maybe not the best trinkets to be picking up here, but we're after this boss. This will be a medium quest in the Cove. We're gonna take all the food, especially because of the boss battle. Take a bunch of torches. I'll take two full stacks of torches. Go pretty heavy on the shovels. A bunch of herbs. Get some of the herbs back. So we can afford some bandages. Maybe a couple torches. Herbs, bandages, shovels, torches, key. Ah, the key's what I'm missing. There we go. Let's roll in with that.
My lofty position wasn't always accompanied by the fear of office. And there was a time when I could walk the streets or raise a glass in the tavern without concern for molestation. Faithful as the tide, one precocious village waif made it her hobby to shadow my every errand. It was charming then, troublesome later.
Gonna go face that siren.
I always wondered what became of the unfortunate little waif.
I suspect the boss is going to be down in this bottom left corner. Boss is usually as far away from the start as it can be. So I can have 2 hallway battles. Time for the seductive fish lady. Yes, we're going to go deal with the seductress. I think we'll take the room battle. Yeah, our heroes are not always the smartest. We have medication before you drink the water, please. Proceeds to drink the water anyway. Yep.
Be gone, fiend. A decisive pummeling. How quickly the tide turns.
Syphilis for drinking the water? What were people doing in there? Well, this is the dungeon with the siren in it, so who knows what they were doing in that water. It probably was not PG. Twitch chat then responds to my response to their comment of, good point. Good point.
Another abomination, cleansed from our lands.
And the enemy team is dead. Doesn't even matter what I do here. There we go.
Executed with impunity. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
The bounty hunter is the kind of guy who will punch a snail, apparently. If it's what he needs to do to collect this bounty, he'll do it. This is the bounty hunter, after all. He's going to bounty hunting.
Annihilated. A death by inches. Masterfully executed.
Two shots saying I don't normally get to uppercut or get to see the uppercut in action. Usually get marked for death and collect for bounty to make most of the extra damage from the marked targets. Yeah, this isn't the only bounty hunter I have on the roster, and I do have another one that's doing a bunch of mark for death. Although that one's comboing it with a arbalist, so he marks for death and then the arbalist shoots the guy. Makes a nice combo. And at this point, the enemy team is very dead, so we can just take our time.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Hoping we can get the Plague Doctor to go so I can clear the bleed. There we go.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Bonus points if you end up with a team of others who are good against mark targets. Yeah. The other team I've got with the bounty hunter that I've put together a couple times was I think it was the Houndmaster and the Arbalist. So two other people that combo well off of marking people.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Confidence surges, the enemy crumbles. Yeah. There's a lot of lines I like in this game.
Life is taken.
Nope. Hit a trap. Eerie Coral. Soothing to the mind. Nice. Oh, herbs are the right way to do that. Oh, well. Too late. I got lucky, though, on the just interacting with it choice. Let's go for the stun here at the beginning of this battle. Using herbs and the correlates remove an echoed quirk. Yeah, I know that's one of the curiosities in here. I just forgot which one. I haven't had enough time in the Cove to remember which is which.
obliterated.
Yeah, yeah. That's the difficulty, I suppose, if you're trying not to spoil too much about the curiosities. Is the first time you interact with them, you don't necessarily know what does what. Although the game is nice enough in this build. I remember playing it because I played it back at launch, a long time ago. Didn't complete the game back then, but played it that far back. Back at launch in 1.0, it did not remind you what the trinkets or what the equipment does when you use it on the curiosities. So that's a good change, reminding you what does what. But yeah, that's a thing to remember. Is once you've successfully done something correctly with one of those curiosities, it will remind you what they do.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
So you're dead. You've got 2 turns left in you at this point. Let's stun you. So as we can go for... I'll go for the swipe, even though we're going to get the guy in the back with it.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy
No problem.
them all.
Just, I gotta remember to look at the chat every once in a while to make sure that I'm not missing useful help. Hard to resist the urge sometimes, yeah. I know the feeling. Okay, so he's dead, although if any attempt I take to swing at this guy is gonna go for this guy anyway. So I suppose we might as well hit him.
Eradicated.
There we go.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Okay, I'm gonna take the campfire here.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Do the unspeakable communion. Make sure we don't have a nighttime ambush. I'm pretty sure the boss is going to be large. And if not, then it's not. But we're going to take the bonus versus large. Counting chance. These is 3. I think we'll do the tracking. I don't think anyone on the team here has a... I don't know, Ben and Hope does, but... rest of you... you don't need the stress heal. So I think we're good there. But in my latest run, I just went around using random supplies and random curios to refresh my memory what does what. Yeah.
The light, the promise of safety.
No luck with scouting. Thinking the bottom left here is going to be the boss. I could be wrong. Trying to see if which one I want to get rid of a negative quirk on. Probably try to see if I can get rid of that fear of mankind. Fear of mankind removed. Nice. You know, scouting, so we're either about to hit the boss and we're not. No way to know until we go into that room.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
This was not the boss room.
Well struck.
(50-50) immunity to the bleed. So, actually, it's going to be a 70% chance to bleed. That's probably worth doing. There we go.
As the fiend falls,
Welcome back.
blossoms.
You must be doing the right thing with the coral this time. We got to remove fear of mankind on the occultists in the back.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
But that's the only thing I really missed. Other than the fact that the room that I thought had the boss does not have the boss. So we'll have to do some backtracking. The usual, it's in the room farthest away from the start, was not the case today.
Impressive.
Aw, darn. Yeah, that happens every once in a while.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Oh, there was 3 ends, right? So it's 4 off. Oh yeah, I suppose it was a 50-50 shot. So that probably means that's the one.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength.
Yeah, if it's not lower left, which was the one we just checked, I think it's lower right. That's my next best guess. Got plenty of shovels, that's not a problem.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Good thing we brought the food.
Another one falls.
Okay, enemy team stunned. Mentioned some one of my guys first. Yeah, Cove is a good place for shovels. Giant oysters, the barnacle cove chests, for example. Yeah, yeah. And he went out of his way to protect a dead man already, so he's not doing a particularly great use of his turn.
Precision and power.
There we go.
This expedition at least promises success.
Yeah, hit the trap on the thing. At least we have managed to secure that.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Now, the scouting may reveal what we were thinking all along. In fact, that is the boss room. Guess number 2 was the correct guess. There she is, yeah.
In Radiance, may we find victory. The aquatic devils have remade the poor girl in their image. She is their queen and their slave.
Siren, 119 hit points. That's all we know about her for the moment. Decently stun resist, but not stun immune. Get her stunned. Well, she has 2 actions a turn, so that alone's not going to be enough to bring her down particularly quickly, because she's going to get a stun on the first for 2 actions. Well, let's try to bring the Siren down.
Devastating blow. A singular strike.
Neat. The Siren call of the Nipnops. Yeah, the Siren did call for our Plague Doctor, and our solution to that will be to bring the Siren down before Plague Doctor does too much damage to us, hopefully.
Seafaring trade, the lifeblood of any port, can resume again now that the routes are safe.
we go. That's the quest. And we were here just to take the Siren down, so let's head on out. Roman Tinkerer, Fated, Soft. Soft's not great. Could be worse.
Finally, the Siren
Twitch chat
is
saying that's the
working.
end for the foobs, the fish boobs. Yes, the fish boobs are gone. Medical ward is free. Good to know. Time gold were not spent in vain, however, as today's caregivers announced they have succeeded in concocting an effective antidote. Okay. For the next part, did not get lucky that we don't have the second boss in the Cove up, so we'll probably be heading into the Warrens next. Yeah, I'll probably be heading into the Warrens next. In an attempt to try to spawn the boss. Hopefully we don't pick up enough. No, we're probably going to pick up enough resolve. These guys are going to level up to 3. A little bit of a shame. I could send a three-man party in to trigger the boss. We might try doing a three-man. I might try a 3-man. Let's save these guys for going after the boss then. Our 3-man, if we're doing a 3-man, is going to be you, you, and you. And then you gotta go have fun again. Hope you've enjoyed the watch, and yeah, hope you tune in later if you want to see more of it. I'm recording this locally for upload to YouTube, so if you want to try catching it later, it will be uploaded to YouTube under the username WillCole100. So if you don't have time to catch the rest of the stream, but you want to catch the content anyway, it will eventually get uploaded to YouTube, as I said. Which reminds me, I'm up on an hour 25, so it's probably about point to put a part break in, so we'll have the YouTube recording finish for this part, and there'll be another YouTube part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. This will be a longer break than normal, because I'm going to go replace my cup of tea. We may try to do a 3-man run here to get a boss spawn, or do I have enough to get another barrack slot increase? I do. Okay, we'll grab a barrack slot increase. We'll send the new people into the dungeon. Brand new team of scrappy ne'er-do-wells.
This man understands that adversity and existence are one and the same.
But we're looking to making that a usable team at the beginning of the next part. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, we're about to have the midstream tea break. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.